what we've been starting off, or what we've been doing. Check. The side control. Yep, side control. So I'm here. So starting with the crossface defending. Yeah, so I'm holding the shoulder and the arm. Yeah, just a little thing just to think about is when I'm blocking or using my hands as frames, I'm not using like ooh, bless you. I'm not using like my fingers and my palm. Yeah, like this. To frame, because if he just holds my elbow and pulls in, so just pull the elbow into you, and you can wrist lock. So
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, exactly. You have something along those lines, but then also, I mean, from here, yeah, that's it. But then from here, like if he's got his hand here as a frame, I can pull the wrist here. So all I have to do is control the elbow to wrist lock.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So
It's
here,
like
yeah, exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah, in those sort of sense. So whenever we're framing with our hands, I want you to try and use kind of like the carpals here, okay? So I've got my palm there, so he can't really, if he starts to try and put anything on my arm, it doesn't really do anything, yeah? When you're looking at wrist locking with a palm up, you really want to be bending the fingers back, yeah? So this is the wrist lock there, yeah? Here, not so much. You're just pushing into bone. You're twisting here. So just things to think about. Yeah, using the heel of your hand as your frames. Okay. So from here, just very simple to start with. Person on top's got to try and flatten you out. So you've got to try and get head round, chest to chest, like this. Okay. I have got to try and get my legs back in front of me. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Go easy because you just want to get warm, get moving. Yeah, just start thinking about different things. And then we're going to open it up a little bit more today. Okay, cool. Give it a go. 1, 2, 3. So obviously, big thing was to just making sure we're defending that crossface, yeah, for that whole exercise, which is what we've been doing the last few weeks. Yeah, Chris, please. So what we're going to do now, actually, let's just go back on. We're going to go and quickly do another little sort of 5 minutes of what we did on Monday and looking at that. We'll just talk about it to start with, and then we can run it. Okay. So once again, he's defending the crossface here. So I've really got only a couple of options. Okay. One option, which is what a lot of guys have been doing, is to sit the hip, put the elbow on the floor. Yeah. And we were talking about then, as long as we're keeping a frame in place, yeah, he can then build up his base by coming up onto his elbow and then come up and bringing his hips up high to lift my elbow. Yeah. To start getting his legs back. Excellent. Great stuff. Okay. The other option people might have is they start to try and go knee on belly from here. Yeah. I don't know if you guys found it. I certainly found it. This is the case. Is especially if you can't, just come this way a little bit. If you're on your back, if we're here and he's on his side and he's blocking the crossface, all he has to do is a small shrimp and he gets his knees back in. Yeah. Okay, because I'm already in an awful position for control. I have to move something to try and control his hips. Yeah, so that does limit my options of what I'm going to do. Okay, but so from here, if I'm in this position, okay, what he'll do is he'll start to bring his knee up onto my hip. So just the other side of my hip, just checking my hip. Yeah, so he's got his knee to check my hip. If I want to start trying to control this position, if he's got good solid frames and he's on his side, yeah, I'm not going to be able to control his upper body very well. Okay, so I might pop up, my hips might pop up to try and go knee on belly, so I can then start building up my base whilst controlling him to try and get my arm back. Okay. But if he's checking my hip as I pop, he can start to off base me and bring my leg back. Yeah, so by keeping that hip checked. So if you go on your back, no, if you come on, I'll go on my back. So if I'm here and I've got the knee checked, yeah, if he starts to come up knee on belly, I can start to check here and bring him forward. This might give me the option now to come out the back door. Yeah, as well. So just want you to play 5 minutes now. The person on top is going to either try and go knee on belly or try and get into mount. But you're starting with this crossface blocked. Yeah, so you've got to start with a block, and I want you to have the knee on the hip. Yeah, okay. And I want to see if you can just find some ways of regaining a guard or just coming to your knees and standing up, okay? In a safe way. Everyone cool? Makes sense? Okay, play with that. 1, 2, 3. Grab a new part.
Yeah. You try and almost leave sight of the wound. Ja, ik kan ook vergeten van mij.
Cool with that. So the big thing with that is just off basing. I found that if I was trying to come up with knee on belly, like if the knee was there, I would find I was off base, too off base to be able to try and get my knee on belly. Also, not having any control of the upper body doesn't help with it. If I'm gonna go, if I've got chip, if I'm gonna go knee on belly, perfect conditions, yeah, I'm gonna have I'm gonna have upper body control. So I'm going to have either holding the collar or around the neck, and I'm going to have my hand on the hip. Yeah, there's a couple of ways of doing this which are quite nice. One way which is nice is to come up knee on chest first. So you go on to this one first. This brings their hands high, and then switching back knee on belly. That's quite a nice way of doing it. But the way I've always done this and quite liked is using my hand on the hip and sort of just start to pressure down on the hip with my elbow. So my elbow pressures down, and then I thread my knee in front to get the knee on belly. I'm not really going to talk too much about the knee on belly, but a couple of different ways of playing it, depending on what your intention is on it. Personally, the way I like to play is I bring my shin across both hips. So I like to come here and I hook my foot on the other side here. I hook my foot here, so I'm across the hips. But what I find is it gives me good control, but it's not as uncomfortable as it could be. If it's more uncomfortable, you can create more of a reaction for attacks. Okay, but we'll talk about that another time. But it's much more difficult to do any of this if the person is blocking that crossface. So if the person's got the crossface here and he's here, yeah, you know, first things first, he's got great elbow-knee connection. Great elbow-knee connection. So I can't bring my knee through very easily to try and get to the knee on belly. Yeah. But if we're here and he's here, look, even if I start coming up, if he starts to use this leg and bridge into me, I'm off balance. I've not got a lot going for me trying to get on there. You can get, like I say, like a pop-up. So, yeah, so there's that option. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to look at trying to attack and then see how this fares into our escapes, yeah? Okay, so let's just start with this. From this position, you've got a few chokes. We'll run through a couple of them so that you've got an idea, okay? And then I want you to try and attack chokes in this position, okay? So one nice way of doing this is, once again, I need to get a crossface. I need to get my hand around the neck, okay? From here, I can then start to thread my hand in and have a baseball bat here, yeah? So I can come here. What I then do is I start to bring my elbow down in front of the neck, yeah, and I can choke. So I can come here and I just bring my elbows together, yeah? Elbows together. That's just one way of doing things. If I'm looser with this, I can twist. So I can be in this position here where I've got the baseball grip a little bit less, so it's around either side of his neck, and I can start to come around towards his head and then pull and finish. It's just another way of finishing that choke. Okay. Another. Still a baseball choke, but it's just a variation of it. So that's one, that's two. Let's give you three, okay? So one other way of doing this, you can use your own gi, okay? I take the end of my gi, okay? I'm gonna punch it through and hold on to my hand here, okay? So we're across the neck there, okay? So I take my gi, pass it into my hand. I'm gonna put my hand on the floor by his hip to check his hip, and I'm going to turn towards his head and step up 1 foot, 1 knee. And all I'm going to try and do now is put my head on the floor on the opposite side. Good choke. It's a classic. I like it. I like it. The hardest part of this is disguising passing the gi, because you can't just go yeah, like Batman. Okay. So the hardest part is that, but if you can find a way of passing that gi to here, and you can be defending, come around, step, head to the floor, to choke. Okay? A couple of chokes there, all right? So what we're gonna do is just spend 5 minutes or so, explore that position to look for chokes, okay? You can set up triangles, you can set up these chokes, you can set up cross chokes, you can set up baseball chokes, passing the gi. However way you want, try and set up some chokes from that position, see how you get on, okay? Just explore it, I'll come around, we'll talk about it, and then we're gonna try and integrate that into trying to finish that when someone's defending. Okay, cool? Give it a go, 1, 2, 3. Okay, everyone cool? All right, so we've got 5 minutes now. We're going to start again. You're going to start with the crossface defended, okay, to start with, because it would just otherwise be a bit easy. All right, person on top, you've got to try and finish with a choke. Any choke has to be set up from side controller. Okay, any choke. I'll allow knee on belly as well. So if you do manage to get knee on belly, you can finish up the choke. You can start the choke from there as well. Okay, so you got to finish with any choke. Person on top, person on bottom. You have got to try and get your legs back in front of you, or stand up, or reverse the position. Okay, reverse reverse position, stand up, or get your legs back in front of you. Cool? Good. Grab a partner, let's give that a go. 1, 2, 3. I'll go with someone. No, it's fine. Alright, it's fine. I'll go with Chip. One person for Chris. You got Jordan. So Leo needs someone. Jack. Yeah. Cool. Let's go. How was that? Did you manage to get a choke? No, no, we didn't either. Did you guys manage to get a choke? It's just you guys. You guys just didn't defend the crossface. If you're defending that crossface, it's very, very difficult to getting close enough to get the choke. Yeah, agreed. So this is just more reiteration of that. Let me just show you another little thing that can happen, which is quite nice. We talked about this when the person comes onto their side, and I'm here, so he starts to go to Keza, he puts his elbow on the floor, and here. If I'm again defending this here, yeah, this crossface, I've got a better chance of getting out than if he's got my arm or if he's controlling me. Yeah, he's controlling my alignment. So if I've got this way of keeping this here, if I can then start to turn and get onto my elbow, yeah, I've got a better opportunity to be able to try and escape here, yeah. But what else can come? So if he starts to come back up onto his knees here, you can meet this. But as long as I've got this frame still in place, I'm somewhat. I'm not going to give you like 100% guarantee, but I'm somewhat safe from him trying to get close to me or get towards my back. Okay. So what I will one other option you have from here is just to drop your elbow and get round to the back here. Now I have the underhook. I can now start to drive forward and put him on his side and reverse the position. Yeah. Obviously, if you can do this, if you can come here and you can get up and you can get here, you can always look to try and off base him, bring him forward, and you can then end up getting up on top from here. But that goes the same with anything. If you can get both their hands on the floor, you've got an underhook, you can find a way to the back. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, let's play with the chokes a little bit more, and we'll give you a little bit more of a chance. Okay. So this time now, you're not going to have the crossface defended. You're going to have one hand in on the collar. Yeah, you're going to be chest to chest, one hand in the collar. I'm not saying it's not necessarily a full crossface because I'm not really driving in with my shoulder, but I'm partway there. Yeah, so I've got one hand in on the collar. Okay, person on top, you're going to try and choke. Person on the bottom, you are trying to regain your guard. Yeah, okay. Remember, you're going to have to work this back in steps. First thing you need is that crossface defended. Once you've got that, then you can start working your way back out. Cool? Does that make sense? All right, grab a new partner, give it a go. 1, 2, 3. Any more luck that time? A little bit more, a little bit less. One, well, better than none. Yeah. You're starting with with the crossface. Well, it's half crossface, right? I mean, obviously the big thing then is just trying to get those arms back in front. What we were saying is that if you can unbalance the person on top, so if they're unbalanced at all, so if by bridging and bucking their hips, that gives you a little bit more of an opportunity to get your arms back. That seemed to work quite nicely. Cool. All right, so I mean, the focus of the last few weeks was just kind of side control escapes. How do you guys feel? I think you guys look a lot more competent at escaping side control. It's not an easy place to escape. Same as mount, it's not an easy place. The best thing is prevention. So that's why we want to work. That's why we're working our guard recovery, because if we can prevent them from being able to get close, tight, with head control, we're more likely to be able to get back to a guard than we are if we allow them to settle in and get everything they want, and 2 kidneys as well, you know. So that's kind of the idea of it. It's the same with the mount though, right? You really messed up if the guy mounts you, and your arms are up here, and you're in a bad spot, you know. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because it happens to all of us, right? But if you know if you do it voluntarily, so if you then start going, okay, I'm just going to reach up and try and hold their chest off of me, you've given their elbows up, right? Because you didn't know where you wanted to frame off their hips. If someone managed to raise your elbows, it's a different matter, right? So at least we've got good information that we can work with to try and build off stuff. The 2 similarities in that position, is being able to come up onto your knees if you have a frame in place. If you don't have a frame, coming up onto your knees can be quite dangerous, because you're going to turn your back and they're going to jump on your back. So make sure you've got your frames in place and they're strong, or you're happy with them before you start building a base and getting onto your knees to create more space. Yeah? Make sense? Good, because it didn't make any sense to me. All right then. So let's do a few rounds. Do a few 3-minute rounds and just change over. It's quite nice, that format. Yeah? Cool. Yes.
Can I just see that on Monday you showed that sort of shoulder lock?
I'll tell you what. I'll get the man who showed me how to do it to show you how to do it. You know the 2. Yeah. Crossface.
If you've got this really strong crossface and making me look that way, so I can't turn in, my arm's in a real bad position here. I connect any way I can to this arm, and I'm going to pull this arm down to the floor. This foot goes outside my hip here, and I turn, and she can drive that crossface as tight as she likes, and it puts pressure on her neck and on her spine, and she can't crossface me now. So I've got loads of space. It doesn't allow me to start to work back into guard. So just pulling this down any way you can. I like the S grip because I've got small arms. But it's getting that foot outside the hip and using that just to turn down, and they just can't press you with the crossface anymore. It means you can breathe.